It's your boy Nilgunnar in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode where, ladies and gentlemen, some really awesome content for you guys. Yes, tonight is the night, ladies and gentlemen. It's match day. Arsenal meet Villarreal at Estadio de la Ceramica. It's an away game, and what we seek, I think there is only one thing that we seek is, more importantly, we're seeking more and more away goals that Arsenal can sneak out. Let's hope to replicate what we did with Olympiacos. I mean, 3-1 kind of a situation. Let's see. A biggest game of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys feel about it in the comment section. Let's just jump into the news that we got here for you guys. So Daniel Ek, yesterday, I just skipped out a bit of comment that he actually mentioned yesterday. He says, I want to create more fan involvement to set a standard and a vision that brings this club back to glory. I don't think there's been a better opportunity to succeed with this acquisition than any time in the past 10 years. That is that from Daniel Ek, ladies and gentlemen. But let's talk about the man who's been tormenting every goddamn Europa League team while playing for Villarreal, Gerard Moreno. Are Arsenal ready for Gerard Moreno? You ask. I think they are. So Danny Ceballos opened up about Villarreal. He says, the team has players of great quality who are in a great moment, such as Gerard Moreno. If they are in the semi-finals, it is for something. So here are the certain questions that was asked to Unai Emery about whether if he wants to take revenge on Arsenal after they sacked him, and does it start tonight? He says, it is behind me now. It is a closed time for me now. All I can remember, all I have for Arsenal is that I have to be grateful to them. Every team that I have managed, I always keep a piece of my heart for all those teams I have played with or managed. One of those, of course, is Arsenal. But now my heart is Villarreal yellow, and I am 100% with Villarreal. Crazy stuff, isn't it? Yeah, that's that. So we move on with certain other aspects of the thing. So here's official confirmation from Fabrizio Romano on Arsenal. He says that they're going for a new right back. Bellerin will maybe leave the club in the summer, but keep an eye also on a potential new centre back for Arsenal. They're also considering a move for a new centre back if David Luiz is not staying. Well, moving on, here's the update about what exactly happens at Arsenal if you get late. What punishments do players go through? So we all know the Wheel of Fortune kind of a thing that Pep Guardiola is using at Manchester City. Of course, Mikel Arteta brought that to Arsenal, but is it working? Well, here's what we have here. So here's what I have to say about it. So Arsenal staff member on the Wheel of Fortune says, it was becoming a bit too much of a joke. We shouldn't be laughing about this now because somebody is doing it too often. It wears a bit thin when there are the same 3 players every week doing it, that is getting late or something or breaking the rules. So one disciplinary element introduced was the Wheel of Fortune. So that has since fallen by the wayside, partly because many of the punishments are difficult to perform in a COVID-19 secure fashion, but also because repeat offenders saw the novelty wearing off. On one occasion during the training camp trip to Dubai in February 2020, the players were told to prepare for a set-piece session. When they arrived on the training field, they were told they'll be defending dead balls and crosses against a backroom staff. One witness on the training session said the players probably got a little bit out of it, but it was brilliant. By the end of it, the club doctor nutmegged someone and all 40 people on the pitch started running after him and cheering. Well, yes, crazy stuff, but yes, it's fun, yes, but okay. The suggestion is that one of the reasons Arteta's stock is so high within the club is that he is skilled at both managing up and managing down. He understands how to make people feel like a team. In an organization as big as Arsenal, that can be invaluable. Also, how did Arsenal change the perception of being called as a soft and injury-prone club through to the media? As we already speak about Arsenal players getting injured for literally a lot of time. So Arteta and club doctor Gary O'Driscoll have also made a concerted effort to not talk about injuries too much in the public sphere. Outside of the club's weekly injury bulletin, they believe this has helped end the perception of Arsenal as a soft, injury-prone club. Masterstroke, it's all about here. It's all about how you portray your club and your players. Also, one source on Unai Emery at Arsenal, how exactly things became difficult with him at Arsenal. So they said that Emery wanted to do everything in English, which was great, but I had to really switch on to understand what he was saying, and English is my first language. For the foreign boys, it must have been a nightmare. So here's the whole idea that the English was the problem came out. Yep, it is, I guess so. So moving on, so Robert Pires has opened up about Arsenal's season. Now he believes that Unai Emery has a certain advantage because he could actually look to haunt his former club because Europa League, he actually could reach Europa League final for 5th time as a manager. So Arsenal legend Robert Pires believes Villarreal manager Unai Emery's experience in the Europa League would mean that they have a slight advantage over Arsenal. So Robert Pires, I don't think he's wrong here. So here's Pires played 62 times in Europe for Arsenal and 19 times for Villarreal. He says he believes it's Emery's success in the competition that gives him slight advantage. He says, I have been lucky enough to play for two great teams such as Arsenal and Villarreal. I was lucky to have the affection of the people and the two clubs. So seeing them now face each other in a semi-final is something special. It makes me feel strange. I see the situation at Arsenal with sadness. I speak with Arteta and I see that it has not been an easy year. What can save them is to win this Europa League and thus play the Champions League next year. It is difficult to give a favourite for the semi-final. I would say it is 50-50. It is difficult to give it right. I think Villarreal has an advantage because they have Emery, a coach who has done very well in that competition. It doesn't surprise me at all that Villarreal is back in a semi-final. We all know that Villarreal project, it is its president and his idea. What I like the most is that it is a team that has a clear idea that they like to play good football, and that is something that I and the football people like. Everyone knows that if you go to Villarreal, go to see Villarreal, you are going to see a good team, a team with very good players, and that it will surely complicate things for Arsenal. That's what that's what is all about, what Robert Pires believes that Arsenal should or will be getting. So moving on, things are not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to talk about something really special, as we all have to talk about Pablo Mari. We're going to talk about some other stuffs as well that is actually buzzing at the moment. So what do we have here in store for you guys? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about Dani Ceballos. So Arteta on Ceballos saying that La Liga suits his style more. Arteta says, we will sit with the players and we are always in contact and communication with the players and the agents to know what their feelings are. And at the end, we have to make a common decision for what's best for the club and the year. So moving on, so talking about Max Aarons, according to 90 Minute Football, Arsenal are ready to sell Hector Bellerin this summer and hope to replace the Spaniard with highly rated Norwich starlet Max Aarons, who is valued at £30 million. Arsenal staff are firm admirers of the 21-year-old, believing him to be the right profile of the player for the ongoing project. Aarons even caught the attention of Barcelona and Bayern last season, while Man City, Everton, West Ham, Crystal Palace, Leicester and Newcastle have all asked to be kept informed of his situation ahead of this summer. But Arsenal are confident that they will be able to strike a deal. So it's a big news. Max Aarons to Arsenal is almost a possibility for Arsenal. So Kevin Campbell hails Beast Tierney after huge Arsenal news in the pre-Villarreal game. So Kevin Campbell came to know that Tierney is available. He says it's a huge boost to hear Tierney is back in contention. The club have been keeping it really quiet on his rehab. He has not played any games of late, which is a concern, but Villarreal have got a very lively winger in Chukwueze, so we might need him. Tierney is so influential on the left-hand side that if he is fit enough to start, it would be a really big boost for the defense. It would also allow Xhaka to move back into the midfield because we need him there. So ladies and gentlemen, everyone knows that Granit Xhaka needs to be back in the midfield. Are you buzzing for Kieran Tierney to start tonight? Let me know in the comments. Are you guys buzzing? I'm buzzing about to see Kieran Tierney in the starting 11. So talking about more stuff, Michael Owen delivers his verdict. But first, let's talk about Pablo Mari's time at Arsenal. Is he actually wanting to play, and what exactly did he say as we can speak about it? So Pablo Mari has some really good kind words about the game tonight and of course his future at Arsenal. So he says, I love to be here, I love to work for Arsenal, I'm going to fight with them together until the end. That's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. But first, let's talk about Michael Owen, who delivers a stunning Arsenal and Chelsea prediction as Man City fight back to beat Paris Saint-Germain. So Michael Owen has his say for the semi-final predictions. He says that writing on Twitter, he said that brilliant Champions League semi-final on BT Sport. Man City simply awesome. PSG lack a massive dose of discipline. All English European finals looking more and more likely by the day. So this is what he wrote on Twitter, and he believes whether it's the Europa League or the Champions League, it's going to be all English finals. So let's see if that's going to be happening or not. So with this, we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you see daily Arsenal content, consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. And don't forget, there's a watch along tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, in the evening, we're going to discuss about the semi-finals first leg. Tune into that. If you want to be a part of it, follow me on Instagram and send me a DM. I will be putting you into that live stream if you want to be a part of that. So follow me on Instagram, the link of which is in the description. I will see you in the next one. Until then, cheers. Bye-bye.